Hello, future millionaires. This is Aztec, and this is the CSC.
Matic Network, get that crypto. It's not hard, it's so simple. Matic Network, Matic Network, Matic Network, Matic Network.
I know a lot of people's minds are on the market. I'll go over it. I'll give you my basic ideas today on where I think we are, and kind of just give you my thoughts. Obviously, for a lot of people, these are somber times. A lot of people took massive hits. I know I took some hits. I use cold storage, so there's that. But overall, I really do look at crypto from a long-term type of view, and I'll go over that with you guys. But another thing that I want to talk about today is all of the amazing things that have happened recently that are going on currently. I think that the markets are kind of overshadowing the true bullishness of this space, and that we have to look at both sides, and we can't let one side cloud our judgment. We can't be too bullish or too bearish because of the fear. We really need to find this kind of place in the middle to really understand where we're at. And I think that the market really gave us a chance to really look at what we're holding, what we're involved in, as in projects or cryptos, to kind of almost give us a reset, to give us the ability to see, are we doing the right thing? Are we holding the right cryptos? And are we involved with the right projects? And you can really make up your mind to switch at this point, because the markets move down together, to be honest. And this is a really great opportunity to make your mind up about certain things. There has been a Matic Network project update, so I want to talk about that. There's a lot of amazing things that are going on in the Matic Network, and I want to go ahead and talk about those positive things. I don't want to make this like a super bullish video, because I do want to respect the fact that we're in some hard times, but again, like I was saying earlier, we have to see both sides of the picture, and there really is a lot going on that should suggest that we should be moving up fundamentally. So we'll go ahead and talk about these things, and I'll give you my opinions about different things as we're going through all of this information. But I do want to let you know right off the top, this is not a video that I prepared for. I've been working a lot lately, and I'm just going to go. So here we are. Basically, looking at the markets, they've kind of all pulled back together. Yesterday, there was like a general 30 to 40% move down for pretty much everything. And, it's interesting to look at these charts. Today, I'm looking at these charts on a monthly view, because I want everyone to see where we're at, from a long-term type of mindset. Not, yesterday we took, anywhere from a 20 to 40% drop. No, not that. We need to see past that, and we need to see where we're going in the future, and what do we look like technically, and I think that if we just look at the Matic Network chart on a monthly view, you can see that it's actually, still very much up from the start. We're about 12 months in on this chart. You can see there's 12 monthly candles. So we're a year in, and we're almost forming like this huge bull flag. So it's very interesting to see this, because it really gives us a different perspective, especially knowing that this is a very small cap project, and that it can be very volatile. Let me switch this music. So it can be very volatile, and you can see there's been these whips up and down throughout this area here, but overall this looks like a huge bull flag coming from a monthly chart. And if we look at even Bitcoin, we can see that, we just scroll back when we look at this. I mean, you can see we came from very we've come a long way basically, and we're still respecting on pretty much every chart. A lot of the great charts that are out there, we're still respecting a certain type of bullishness. This can be seen from a monthly side, like kind of like a bull flag type scenario here. Going back all the way back to like 2015 and looking at where we are today. I've been in the space since 2016, but even from 2016 to today, we've come a long way. I mean, fundamentally, price action, technically, technical analysis, whatever you want to say, we've come a long way. So I think that it's important to notice these things because everyone's looking at this market with a lot of fear, and you can see if we zoom out that we're respecting a bullish trend still, and that this is a massive pullback, but there hasn't been some kind of huge pullback in the sense that, we're now looking overall from a long-term perspective bearish. We're not, maybe in the short term. I'm not saying buy here, but, what I am saying is that overall, we still look bullish, technically speaking. And fundamentally, we're definitely bullish, with everything that's going on around the world, with, many countries accepting crypto, lifting bans, and, all of the regulations that are, positive regulations that are being passed. There's a very bullish sentiment being put out into the world for crypto. So this is good to see. And overall, as long as we keep respecting these things and that these moves for crypto are moving forward, I think that we have to look at the bigger picture and see that we're still in a very new space that is very volatile and has a great future and still looks to be projecting a great future. Overall, I think for a long time, many people have wanted to see, Bitcoin tied to gold, Bitcoin tied to the S&P or the stock market in general. And I think that technically it's been very situational. At times it's looked like, Bitcoin has been correlated with other markets. But I think what we have to realize is that Bitcoin is its own thing. It's really a non-correlated asset because you can't really compare it to old world things like gold, or even, more modern things like, the stock market. It goes alongside these things because I think crypto is a baby essentially. It's very small market cap, so it's very volatile, and there's a lot of it's controlled more by emotion. I personally think that the price of crypto is more correlated with the general sentiment of markets globally. Just general sentiment of investing and including the space itself. And I think that that equals its own thing. It's not tied to anything necessarily, but it's a multitude of things that control the price. I think that the correction that we're seeing here is really more of a correction because of overall general fear. But I do see that at some point, people in this space who are the real ones that truly control the price, at this point, are going to see at a certain point that it's dropping, but there's a certain value point where people start saying, this is a good time to buy, whether the markets are crashing or not. This is my opinion, not financial advice, of course. But I do think that people see that, because we are the ones that own these cryptos, we do realize that the price of these cryptos are, undervalued, and we will buy in whether, other markets are crashing. I think that overall this is an acute symptom of markets in general, and everyone is looking to sell the top, or sell before others, or basically take profit essentially. But in general, there is going to be a point where people just buy that dip. And you can really see this, if you look at this monthly candle, there's a extremely huge bounce here. Bitcoin was, let's go back to like a daily. Just within this candle, we had a low of around 3,800, and we're currently up to 5,700, on this daily Coinbase chart. So you can see that there's a huge point where people just see that there's a undervalued market. I don't think that this is necessarily just, let's say like a dead cat bounce necessarily. This could be definitely the bottom. Um, but overall, I just want to kind of point out that crypto is definitely its own thing, but it is controlled by fear. Fear uh, at any point, if even in a bullish market, there's fear. It's going up, you want to take profits, you think it's going to correct, there's fear. Even though it's going up daily in a bull trend or bull market. And there's also fear from missing out. You see it moving up, so you buy in so that you buy in and make profit. So fear is always controlling um, basically Bitcoin and the crypto markets. And I think that really if you had to find true correlated or correlation between something, it's fear and the people in this space and their personal viewpoint of the overall sentiment of the market in general and where it's going. So if you took fear and that sentiment of positivity or negativity and you put those together, it would give you the price of Bitcoin. And I don't think it's tied to gold. I don't think that it's tied to the S&P. I think that those are parts that contribute to the fear factor, but I don't necessarily think that Bitcoin is directly tied to any of these assets, because I think it's its own thing. So that's the markets. Overall, I personally think we're respecting a very bullish outlook and trend. Technically speaking, this is a huge pullback, but it is expected when you have, if we scroll here and we look at the Dow Jones, taking essentially a nearly 30% drop as of, 30% drop as of yesterday. I think today markets are rebounding, so you are getting this overall bullish kind of bounce back. And we'll see where this really goes, for crypto, for markets. We'll see if crypto can start moving out from underneath general sentiment and things like that or not. But overall, this is, expected in this kind of movements where all markets are having fear. Now, in general, again, like I was saying in the beginning, I think that there's so much going on. So I do want to also focus on I don't want to let the fear overshadow all the positive things that are going on. So we're going to go over the project updates. Like I always say, the Matic Network is extremely bullish. This is not financial advice. This is just facts. This is, if you just look at these project updates for yourself. And let me make sure I'm still, we're still going. All right, so if you just look at these updates for yourself, you'll see how much work is happening and how fast it's happening. This is basically, if you look at this blog, this is on the Matic blog .com. So it's blog.matic.network. And this specific blog is the Matic project update number 10, an overview of our eventful past 6 weeks on our journey to scale the blockchain ecosystem. So this is from January 23rd to March 10th. So in a very short amount of time, you'll see just how much is happening. So they do say, to gain a better understanding of Matic's role in fulfilling its mission to develop the global blockchain ecosystem, we invite you to read our project updates covering our activities and progress in all areas over the past 6 weeks. And we'll just kind of skip through this and go quickly because there's a lot. And also there will be some things that I share about, every one of these things. And I also want to talk about some of my NFT holdings, because on the last video I was supposed to do that and I didn't do it. But here we are. This was huge. The Supreme Court of India lifts the crypto ban. So here you can see that it says Supreme Court lifts the cryptocurrency ban, historic day for India on the journey to our decentralized future. On March 4th, we were ecstatic to congratulate the community on the lifting of the Indian cryptocurrency ban by Supreme Court of India. We couldn't be more thrilled to see rationality and innovation prevail over senseless regulation. So essentially, I talked about this in my last video, but this was huge, very, very huge. What this is enabling the people of India to do, I think the biggest thing that I want to just point out is that this gives crypto projects in India the ability to find funding and work with other projects within the industry and make larger moves, because now they can do banking. Crypto projects can do banking with the banks because the ban was lifted. So this gives them the ability to scale a lot faster and to make partnerships that weren't able to be made because of the ban. So this is a huge thing for all of crypto, and especially for the Indian projects like Matic. Launching our first ever DApp week. So this was a very successful DApp week. There was 5 DApps that joined the Matic ecosystem, and we'll go over them very shortly. Here, it's talking about counterstake stage 1. We're already past this, but essentially it says testnet staking on Matic Network is underway as part of counterstake stage 1. The aim of this stage is to release staking contract details and incremental features on the validator nodes. The following features are unlocked during this stage. So there's a bunch of features that are going on and being tested. And there's a reward pool of 40,000 Matic in this stage here. So a lot going on. Of course, we know that staking is coming. More staking features are coming soon, like delegation. It will be very easy for retail people to go ahead and get in and stake Matic. Also means that there will probably be big platforms like Coinbase jumping in and might be staking on Coinbase and Binance. And also, once staking goes live, you're also going to have the mainnet going live. So there's all the projects that are going to want to jump on board, and there's a lot going on. Now, this was also a huge thing. Matic Network to support BTC and BTC transactions. Matic Network to support BTC. We were thrilled to recently announce that the Matic Network will support BTC and the lightning fast BTC transactions on Matic in coordination with Ren protocol. So this is huge because not only is Matic scaling Ethereum, but we're also going to be scaling Bitcoin transactions. And this is huge because these are the top 2 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization that Matic will be supporting. And if you just look at that and realize that if Matic can truly make this happen, which technically they're already scaling Ethereum, but if the Matic Network team can now also scale Bitcoin successfully, because the Lightning Network has honestly failed to really push Bitcoin to the next level overall. There's many flaws there that haven't been fixed. If Matic can do this, and Matic can also take Ethereum projects to the next level in Ethereum, you're talking about a huge use case for Matic. And being that Matic is such a very small market cap, you could honestly see Matic going very, very high in valuation. So that's huge. Now, some of the dApps that were listed on the Matic Network, you have Crypto Warrior Z. This is a great game. I actually made a video about it. So you can check that out on my channel if you like. And you can go ahead and subscribe to me down below. I'm the Crypto Secret Circle. I say CSC, but it's a Crypto Secret Circle. I have 432 subscribers, and I love all of you guys. You're all awesome. Thanks for following. So there's the video about Crypto Warrior Z. Also, there is this app, Moonshot. And I haven't been able to get into this app, but I've heard great things. It's basically a decentralized trading platform incorporating gasless transactions. So definitely worth looking into. Anything on Matic generally has great UI and is amazing because it's scaled by Matic, so it's quick. You also have this game, Light Trail Rush, which I've wanted to look into. I need to still. I know a lot of other people that say that it's great. So it's a fast-paced arcade-style brawler game, racing. So definitely something to look into. these are, huge dApps that have joined the Matic network. So, this is just showing you how bullish Matic is. Spells of Genesis joins the Matic ecosystem. This is a mobile blockchain game, and it's I actually play. It's very fun. You can actually uh, get NFTs for free by playing a lot of these games here that I'm talking about, and um, all while just playing on your phone. So it's definitely worth checking out because you never know what these NFTs are going to be valued in the future, and it's just cool to be part of the ecosystem. So this here was Zawadi, integrated with the world's largest event ticketing platform, Eventbrite. So this was a huge, huge partnership here, and move for Matic because basically Matic's teaming up with Zawadi, and Zawadi is teaming up with Eventbrite, which is essentially the world's largest event ticketing platform. So just imagine what can happen with this partnership, and knowing that Matic is actually scaling this type of real world use. So this is awesome to see. Scrolling down, we have launching blockchain career listing alongside Springworks. So Springworks and Matic essentially have a website now where you can actually find jobs, and these are blockchain type jobs, and you can actually find jobs for Matic. So it's worth checking this out. They have a website right here, and it's another thing where it's Matic going out there and finding real world cases, and scaling these cases from a decentralized point of point. So this is awesome to see. Just more and more and more. Matic token integrates into leading crypto casino Play Royale. So this is awesome. I think that casinos will be huge. I think casinos will probably even partner up, like these kind of dApps will partner up with Decentraland, and in the future it just goes along with where gaming is going, and I think that these are going to blow up in the future. So this is just a really cool thing to see. You can't count out casinos because they're such a huge money maker. So with the ability now to have this decentralized, and for pretty much your average person to get in and actually start their own casinos, with these kind of dApps, these are big dApps. So also Decentraland launch and inaugural treasure hunt. This was huge, and it shows here that there was about 100,000 worth of prizes in the treasure hunt. I actually made a video about the treasure hunt. I went into the Matic Network Haveli and explored it. It was a really cool video. You got to check it out. And I actually got a lot of things out of that treasure hunt. So here's some of the things. I got these earrings. I got this Decentraland t-shirt. I actually acquired so much mana that I actually could pay for certain things, like my own name on Decentraland, my own personalized name. And I got this tuxedo, which is very rare. Another Decentraland's t-shirt, a hat, some sweatshirts that I can wear in the game. So this is all stuff that you can wear in the game. I actually own this NFT here. This is a Celia B100 NFT, and if you we actually go to the ChainGuardians.io website, you can see that I actually own these two NFTs from Chain Guardian. So I actually own the Mudra, which is their Matic anime character, and I own this Celia B100 NFT as well. And this is actually their mining game, so I can just click submit to the mining network and select all images with cars. Let me just do this real quick. Here we go. So I actually, with this, as long as you own some type of NFT that's it's within this ecosystem, you can actually mine and get their tokens, and these will be used on their game that is being developed. So Chain Guardians, is awesome. I actually own some of their NFTs. Just a side note, I think it's pretty cool. But the Decentraland hunt was really awesome. I got a lot of mana, I got some Matic, and I got a bunch of NFTs. So this was really cool. And I actually just own some random NFTs throughout here. So that's what you're seeing on this OpenSea website. But back to the updates here. This was actually really successful. Decentraland really pulled out all the stops. It was really cool to see. Let me make sure I'm still, yeah, here we are. So, yeah, big picture, Matic is definitely making a lot of moves with huge, huge dApps. And, you can see that these dApps have great UI. They're supported by Matic in that department, and also with scaling, they're very quick dApps. So Matic, even with where the market is just moving forward no matter what. Nothing's going to stop Matic, not the coronavirus, not market pullbacks, nothing. Matic is still moving forward. And here was an in-depth analysis of Mudra, the Matic themed Chain Guardian NFT. Anarcher Pay wallet integrates with the Matic token. So this was also a pretty cool update. It says, we were thrilled to recently announce the Matic token is now integrated into the Anarcher wallet. Matic joins an exclusive group of digital assets listed in the feature-rich Anarcher Pay wallet, including BTC, ETH, LTC, and Dash. So Litecoin and Dash. So this was a big move. Excuse me. Tech updates and education. Stake Capital announced as official Matic staking partners. So there's a lot of really big staking partners that are joining in the whole staking process and developing the new abilities. So this is awesome to see, because you need people to be, these big partners to be able to help the staking process go forward and be secure. Anarcher Network provides one-click hosting for Matic nodes. So this is awesome, because Anarcher is basically giving the ability to have set up a node with just one click. Definitely something to look into if you have a lot of Matic and you want to start your own node. I'm kind of thinking about doing it at some point. Releasing our counter-stake validator node setup tutorial. So there was a tutorial here that they gave everyone. Sharing blockchain insights at Stanford University along Infosys. So this is also really awesome to see, Matic's going out there and meeting up still, no matter what's going on in the world. Exchange listings. So we listed on BitTrue, on HitBTC, on Biki. And, these are really great exchanges, that are going to help with liquidity and, give retail traders the ability to buy Matic, in other parts of the world. So that's another bullish thing. Matic supported the ETH India online hackathon. This was huge. There was lots of prizes there and a lot of networking that happened. You can read into that. And again, you can, on this blog, you can go, there's lots of links, you can look at everything and get more depth, but I'm just kind of breezing over all of the things that are happening in the network. Delivering a Blockchain 101 workshop for the ETH India online hackers. So workshops going on. Another, delivering a workshop on optimistic rollups at ETH Denver. So this was a very successful meetup here, and it was kind of cool to see that Matic Network was discussing optimistic rollups. So I think what this kind of points out is that no matter what, Matic is looking to be the only and most viable second layer solution for Ethereum, but also for Bitcoin. And no matter what changes they have to do, or upgrades they have to make, or research that they have to do, they're going to do it. Supporting the builders at the Codebreak 1.0 hackathon. So here's a hackathon. Of course, Matic does the most hackathons. Delivering a dApp 101 workshop for ETH India online hackers. Supporting the Hack It 2.0 hackathon. recap of our time supporting blockchain development at Hackverse, supporting the builders at Hack Infinity 2.0 hackathons. So more and more hackathons. They're just going out there, meeting people, meeting developers and projects that want to become projects. So there's going to be a lot of real world application for Matic because of all of this handshaking that they're doing in the future. And you can see it happening now. Here's interviews, AMAs, and community outreach that's been happening. There's been a lot of AMAs. Hosting an AMA with BitTrue. Interview with Sandeep on CoinGecko. That was a really great podcast. AMA with Biki Chinese community. AMA with Binance Spanish community. Hosting an AMA with Biki Exchange. AMA with the Binance India community. AMA with Binance Russia community. Community updates and events. So you have Perry here, and he is a guard of honor. This is awesome to see. He's one of the Matic Mitras, highly respected, makes a lot of articles. I referred to him in other videos. He's amazing. Matic supported Blockchain Weekend, another meetup. Supporting the 2020 Genesis Block Conference. So here's a conference that Matic supported. Matic joined the Crypto Adoption in the New Decade event. Guys, this is just in a month's time. This is a lot. Supporting the Trustless 2020 Validator event. Educating the community on DeFi at NeuroSpark meetup. Hosting our first ever Los Angeles meetup. A lot of cool guys here. Wish I could have went there. Proudly supporting the NFT NYC 2020. More conferences. Oh, what do you know? Crypto Secret Circle appointed as Matic Network Guard of Honor, so I also became a Matic Guard of Honor. So that was a really huge milestone for me, and I feel honored to be part of the Matic Network and to be doing my own part for crypto. And this was actually, because I actually like this dApp that's being developed, which is Chain Guardians. The game looks really fun, and I can't wait to see where they're going. There were some really awesome releases in this interview with Chain Guardians that's on YouTube, where they talked about a Coliseum and battling other NFTs from other ecosystems and their own developments for the game. This was awesome. You got to check that out. Growing our African community alongside our Mitra. So, I mean, Matic's everywhere, every country, and it's just building. This is huge, and this is Matic basically teaming up with Chainlink to do a developer group meetup, which is happening soon, and it's part of the Google developer community. So, big things happening. And that is that. There's been a lot that has happened recently. So I know that there's a lot of fear in the markets, but you can see just in a month's time, Matic has made a lot of huge moves. And, overall, I know there's a lot of other projects out there that are making huge moves. And I think we have to take in consideration just how bullish things are. France made some type of regulation recently for crypto that was very positive. You also have India lifting the ban in another country, but essentially a lot of things happening for crypto. So I think we have to keep our eye on the prize. We have to think about where we're going, and I think that we have to use this opportunity to really think about what we're holding and if it's worth it. I personally think the Matic Network is going to be one of the best performing assets and projects overall. I think that Matic will successfully scale Ethereum, be the only viable second layer scaling solution for Ethereum now and in the future. I think it's going to be the second layer solution that scales Bitcoin and the transactions there. I think that Matic is just going to have a very successful roadmap, and they're going to have tons of partnership with dApps and other projects, research labs, and all kinds of things. And I think that Matic is definitely worth looking at, even with what's going on. I've not lost faith, and I think that we can see from right here that there's a lot going on, and that Matic has got their hands on a lot of different avenues. So I don't think Matic's going to be the small cap coin or token that it is currently for very long. That's it, guys. Never give up on the future of money. Take it easy.